Hello and welcome to round 4 of the Front Row Racing World Championship here in Sochi. I am Stocky, aka Pete. I'm joined in the commentary box by Konzo 1993 and Calzo 210. Let's run through the driver lineup for today. I'm going to hand over to whichever one of them.
Me, Cal. Right. So in the Mercedes is Obadiah King, aka Dom. In the Ferrari today is 10th year and Schmidt, 85. In the Williams we've got Money 77 and GT5 King. In the Force India we've got Ram, and in the Renault we have Breaking Clays and F1 Roadrunner. One Taurus with us today, and that's Cetic Karatepe. In the Haas we've got Kane Leander and Kelly Willie. And in McLaren we have Mr Hamilton and Green Sunrise.
Very good. Right, so I'll run through the driver's standings currently as it stands. Curly Wurly is on 61 points, followed by Mr Hamilton, who's won 2 races on the spin. He's catching him up. He's on 50 points. Then you've got Obadiah Kink on 34, joined with Money, 77 on 34. Ramavaj, sorry I've pronounced your name wrong, 30.
Say Ram.
Ram, okay, we'll go for Ram. Jamie James is on 19 points, Breaking Clays on 18, Roadrunner on 12, Caribbean Crush 11, Bleeding Sunrise 9, Kane Leander 8, Carlin to Get You on 6, Smith 4, 10th Year 4, GT5 King 2, and the rest have not scored a point yet this season. And we'll move swiftly on to constructors quickly. We've got the AKC Haas on 69 points. Followed by the Road Vikings McLaren 59, third place Ferrari in Disguise Mercedes 53, Team Banter Williams 36, Finnish Torpedoes Renault 30, tied with Pink Panthers Force India on 30, so that could be a close battle between them 3 teams there. You've also got the Red Bull.
Caribbean Crush.
Yep, can't remember the name. And then you've got TGIT Ferrari on 8 points, and the rest haven't scored a point in constructors. And over to Stocky.
Right, so yeah, we're going to head into qualifying now in Sochi. I don't really know what kind of lap times we're looking at. I think late 32s and some 33s, and maybe if you're on the slower tyre, we're looking at some 34s. But it should be an easy one stop today for the strategy. There's not too much tyre wear around Sochi. Well, Konzo and Calzo are racing tomorrow, so what do you think for strategy?
Well, you could qualify in Ultra Sauce, and you could probably pit on lap 4, go on Super Sauce, and still go to the end. So could see quite a bit of undercutting today.
Do we know how powerful the undercut is?
It's quite powerful around here. It depends on how quickly you can switch on the tyre, in particular with your tyre temperatures and your setup, but you could probably gain about 2 seconds on the other person quite easily with the undercut, so it'll be interesting to see what happens today.
It's true, it should be a good race. I mean, there's one very likely winner. We do have one esports driver in Mr. Hamilton, but I think hopefully there's going to be a good battle. Maybe some weather can mix it up. But as I say that, it's crystal clear, so...
I'll tell you the weather right now, Stocky. Give me a second. It looks pretty dry for qualifying, and as for the race... Oh, okay. Heavy rain start to the race, followed by light rain 20 minutes in, and dry at the end. Wow, that's really could put the cat amongst the pigeons right there. That'll really mix up the field. That'll mix up setups as well with drivers, so they'll have to make a choice now to either run a bit more wing on their setup for the wet race, or sacrifice that and go and try and get to the front in qualifying.
Depending on just how important track position is around here. I mean, there's a few good overtaking spots into turn 2 and the end of the second DRS straight, which is like something like turn 8, 12, something like that.
We'll get there eventually with the numbers.
We might get there eventually.
Sure, but yeah, I have one thing that we have noticed when we have practiced this track. Just I think it was last night we were actually practicing in Callum, but when you're actually following another car, it's really hard to follow the other car and stay within DRS range through the whole track to have a chance of overtaking down one of the DRS straights, which is obviously your best chance of overtaking on the track, really. But it depends on your own setup yourself. So it'll be very interesting to see what's going to happen.
But also with track limits,
As we say that. Yeah.
track limits would be a big thing
Definitely.
around here as well.
If you want to
Several
get on,
cars on the track.
if you want to get on board
Sorry,
with F1 Roadrunner, he's the first one out.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
doing that
yeah.
at the moment. We've got both the Renaults out. I think Breaking Glaze and... Is it Breaking Glaze? It is.
Yeah, of course. We're going to see everyone in this session pretty much put on the Ultra Sauce because it's starting to rain at the start of the race. I don't see why you wouldn't put on Ultra Sauce to qualify as high as you could, but
Do you think they're good enough to do 2 laps?
yeah, easy 2 laps, especially if it was going to rain at the start of the race as well. You're not going to use these tyres at the start, so two laps, 3 at a push, one set.
Well, you got a Roadrunner who has 3.2 laps of fuel in, so that's easy enough to do 2 laps. And you got
Yeah, apparently we're not meant to look at drivers' fuel on the
Really?
So
broadcast,
we'll
so
swerve
let's
that
not-
one quickly.
Wow.
Let's not do that. Yeah, because in the race they've talked about that a few times. So,
Oh, I didn't know that.
But yeah, anyway, moving on. I think everybody's on the Ultra Softs. Everybody on the Ultra Softs, really not surprised with what Callum said about it. I don't know who's the first person in the time lap. Was it a Renault?
Yeah, it's F1 Roadrunner on board now.
Okay, right, talk me through the lap then, Stocky.
So we're going through turn 3. It's an easy flat out corner until this quite tricky right-hander. You don't want to get too much exit curves. It will spin you into the wall, as I've done on several occasions. We've got a 34.3 for the first sector. Which from what I gather is all right, respectable, I think.
That's not a bad first sector actually.
He's keeping it well within the track limits through the middle sector as well. So it's looking like a pretty solid lap at the moment. He's all nice and calm and collected.
I expect the purple sector one to be a 34 dead or maybe even a 33.9.
Okay, Mr. Hamilton's just went through sector 1 right there. He's done a 33.9 so far. And he's second quickest in the speed trap as well. That's pretty interesting.
Still on board with Roadrunner for the moment. Let him finish his lap.
Yeah, got it.
He's got a little bit deep into the chicane, but I think he'll get away with it. He can't really lose too much there. Penultimate corner, he's away from the apex a little bit, but again I think he'll get away with it.
Sector 2 Stocker.
He didn't show me, but it's a 135.3 from F1 Roadrunner.
Sector 2 from Mr. Hamilton, 44. It was a 32.5. He's just coming into the last sequence of corners. If you want to get the cameras
Yeah,
on board
I'm on
with
him now.
Stocky. Right, okay, so he's took that corner nicely on the exit, holds it in 6th, puts it down to 4th gear, flips the apex nicely. Yeah, nice and tight again. Good exit as well, 33.2. It's a good starting lap, that really is a good starting lap. That.
Good banker out there for Mr. Hamilton. There's a Ramajav and F1 Roadrunner set 35 2s and 3s, and a Smack Donaldson on a 35.2 as well. So it's closer in the field at the moment.
Yeah,
Clearly about to finish a lap now.
Looks like an
Along the
alright
corner.
first sector.
Over the line. It's 34.4, puts him 4th.
Maybe some
Interesting.
time to climb for him there, I think. Who else
I
we
mean,
got on
that's
that?
the only thing as well with the weather as well. The weather is going to play a big part in this qualifying session. The only thing is you don't want to be qualifying 10th place in full wet on this because you're not going to see your braking points and other cars in front of you even going into turn 1 kind of in the first sector at the start of the race. So it's kind of a bit of a balancing act here. What you prefer, pick your poison, that sort of thing.
So Caribbean Crush has put himself into second place on a 33.9. So he's looking best of the rest at the moment. Well, wouldn't count out anyone else yet. Let's see if Mr.
Yeah,
Hamilton
not.
can get into the 32s. Be interesting to see.
Robert King started the lap, but it looks like he's backed out of it.
Caribbean crashed back to his lap as well.
looks like the first run of everybody's about to end now, and they'll probably head to the pits for get ready for the last and penultimate run, or last and final run.
I don't know whether Kane Iander's on another lap, I'm not sure. Looks like he's gone a little bit wide in the middle sector.
Well, since we've got a bit of slight lull in qualifying, you want me to run through the last race results from Bahrain?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So if we go for it now, just call me if anything happens. So last race, as I said earlier on, Mr. Hamilton's on a two-race winning streak. He won the race in the McLaren. Then it was Curly Wurley in second place. Then you got Ramage, we got third place. Breaking Plays was in fourth. Money was in fifth. Clean Sunrise was sixth place. Overdijking took seventh place. 10th Fear took eighth. F1 Roadrunner took ninth, and Caribbean Crush took the last remaining point. So it was an interesting result actually last race. Their Breaking Clays coming from 10th place to 4th, and Money coming from 11th to 5th. So good results for them. Hopefully they can build that into a good performance for this race as well.
I think Curly Wurley's... No, he hasn't gone for another one. He's on his in-lap now, I think. Don't think we've got anybody on a lap at the moment.
No,
Caribbean
I don't.
Crush.
Caribbean Crush.
Caribbean, you want to talk us through it then, Cal?
Right, he's come up to the first sector split now, and it's a 31 there. He's slightly down this time. He's next off there. Down to fifth gear, holds it tight, keeps it in white lines. It's looking clean so far. Up to the DRS straight now. DRS open. What top speed are you gonna get? Is he looking quick this straight line? It's pretty quick. Now, under the bridge. Upshifts to fourth. Final sector now.
He's in a bit deep again.
I think he's gonna put it in the bits. No? Going in.
Right, we'll definitely not get another lap in if he does that.
He's improved his time, but not getting another lap, and that's his point.
Mr. Hamilton on an out lap as well. I think Schmet was the first one that I saw out on one. It looks to be, yeah. Overdijking.
So far at the moment, Mr. Hamilton
Is
has
he the
got
furthest way round?
all purple sectors.
Okay.
So
I think he's the
it's quite
furthest
close
way
in the
round.
second one.
What is purple sector 2 and 3?
Purple sector 2 is a 32.516, and the sector 3 is a 26.845. So it's actually pretty close between Caribbean and the second sector with him as well. We're literally half a tenth in it. So yeah, I mean maybe a bit more of a dry setup for Mr. Hamilton and Caribbean, just to get them to the front, and then they'll worry about managing the race on the wet, or they might not even have noticed it is raining actually for this race, so that would make it even more interesting.
We've got Schmet starting his lap, taking a very peculiar line down the start-finish straight. It's a teammate of
in the wall.
Kenny Hand in the wall.
Yeah.
So he is.
On the long
Oh,
left
you're off.
hand, he must have clipped the right wall.
It's unfortunate for Kenny Ander.
I noticed that one person did not set a time there at all, which was 10th Fear.
I don't know if he even left the pit.
I don't think he has. I don't know if has he got a qualifying ban this week.
Off.
Right.
He's got a koi ban. Oh yeah, because of the barrier incident.
All right. Okay. Right. Okay. Well reminded there. And yeah, so that'll be what it is. So that's not good for 10th Fear, especially the fact is it's rain a wet start to the race. So
He will not
See
see
what happens.
anything in the turn one.
right, let's get on board with somebody here then.
I'm on board with
Stocky, you on
Schmet
board
at the
with this
moment. He's on his lap. It's looked at an all right middle sector. A little bit to gain in that fast left though. He's backed off now, I think. From what I know, Mr. Hamilton is also on a lap, also in the middle sector.
It's not a fast lap.
Has he backed off? Has he? Alright. Mornay.
time?
Mornay's on one as well. Third place. To have
Notice that somebody is on a lap over
Mornay's
there.
done a-
33.9 first sector. Going in the second sector and split now.
I'm on board.
Okay.
34-1 middle sector it says.
Nicely. Should get another lap in. Anybody who's in the first sector now, hoping to get another lap and definitely will not make it around, so it's
Yeah, right, ideally just need to be wherever Dyking is now.
yeah, that's pretty much where you want to be for another run.
It's a solid lap, 34.3, respectable lap for some P5.
It definitely does.
Curly Whirly just about to start a lap, I think.
Pretty close actually between 6 and the third place region. There's only maybe a
Ramahav
10,
has put it in the
10
wall.
in it.
Well, he's just retired.
he's
from the
retired.
session.
So,
Got Curly on his lap now, just coming into turn 2. Yellow flag is ahead of him. That shouldn't put him off though. You got the Force
Mr.
India off to the
Mr.
left hand
Hamlin's
side.
on the lap as well. Mr. Hamlin's on the lap, 33.7 first sector.
Money's in the wall.
We're on board with Mr. Hamilton now. We'll catch up with Curly in a minute.
Money's in the wall.
Is he? Oh, he is.
That's just qualified over.
That's going to be pretty distracting for anyone else on the lap though. It's unfortunate for him. We're back on board with Mr. Hamilton now. He looks to be up on himself slightly, 10th and a half. And maybe we're looking at a 32 here.
Keeps it fourth.
So you got Geary's in for this one, and he's holding it in fourth as well for the penultimate corner. Much better
In the
apex.
last corner,
Oh, he's lost time.
he just improved.
Straight up back on board with Curly Whirly. It's all about the last sector now.
Oh, that could come up to the line now.
34-0
Nice,
P3. Good lap from Overdyking.
But really
Breaking
now
place
to the
coming
line.
in fourth place as well.
And Kelly really goes second. He's 2 tenths off Mr. Hamlin.
3.5.
Good lap.
Good laps there. We've got Sertak Karatepe still on the lap, I think. Yeah. 5 tenths up on himself. He comes over the line at 134.3. Puts him 7th fastest. Everyone else has
Good.
finished.
Yeah, I don't think we've got anybody else at all on track, so interesting qualifying there, definitely. There's definitely maybe some drivers out there that are thinking put an extra bit of few more extra downforce on for the weather, but as I did say earlier on, it could be drying out by the end of the race, so that'll be pretty interesting to find out what the weather's going to hold for that one.
Yeah. It should make for an interesting race. I mean, if it's going to dry at the end, it depends how long it will rain for, because sometimes you may not even have to pit for wet tyres, you just have to brave it out on the dries and wait for it to dry again.
That's one thing that I've noticed with this game as well, that when it's actually like when the last year's game, as soon as it started raining, you had to pit after about 3 laps. This year's game, you could probably keep going for quite a number of laps, and still not. I mean, it's still not going to be very good, but it's better than when you pit and put intermediates on,
Yeah.
and then you'll still be even slower. So it's definitely going to be a tricky one to figure out for the drivers to do anyway. So
Be an interesting
what's
turn
happening
1
here,
as
so,
well.
yeah.
Whoever's there last is just going to have no visibility what's going to happen here. I wouldn't be surprised to see a big collision at the start of the race.
Let's hope we don't have a mass car pile up. I'm pretty sure it was it a race World Championship race here last season where literally half the grid got wiped out and
Yeah, it
first
was,
few
it was a
corners.
messy one. Yeah, I was one of them, I think.
oh, you part of that, were you?
Yeah.
Happened at World Series last year as well, in Hungary.
Oh,
So there is our qualifying orders. Then we've got Mr. Hamilton, followed by Curly Whirly, Caribbean Crush. Overdyking in 4th, then Breaking Clay's Mornay, Sertak Karatepe, GT5 King, Ramajav, Bleeding Sunrise, F1 Roadrunner Schmeck, Kenayanda, and Tempfear rounds off the grid with a qualifying ban, so no time set for him. He'll be disappointed with that. I feel like he maybe could have got towards the front, but we won't know now.
You might have, but